Welcome to Sunrise, first light for what's next on B2B revenue teams. Lots to cover today, so let's dive in.
You know that feeling, right? Watching your favorite team lose, and it just feels inevitable. Sort of like organizational déjà vu.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
If you follow the NFL, maybe a team like the Chicago Bears, you've seen it. They've burned through, what, 6 head coaches in the last 12 years?
6. And yet, the performance, it barely budges.
It's maddening.
It really is. Because look, when a team keeps failing like that, it's almost never just about the coach they just fired. It's the system, right? The culture, the playbook they're handed down. It's deeper.
Which actually brings us right to the modern business world, specifically the C-suite, where the chief revenue officer, the CRO, or sometimes the CGO, the chief growth officer,
Yeah.
they've basically become that head coach figure.
Exactly. Hired when growth stalls, arrives with all this fanfare, huge expectations.
And if the results don't come fast?
They're often the first ones out the door. But here's the thing. The problem usually isn't the person. It's the playbook. It's the setup.
Okay, so that's what we're diving into today. Our mission, really, is to figure out how do you actually set that CRO or CGO up to succeed?
Yeah.
Because you have to fix the structure, the system, not just keep swapping out the leader.
The data on this is, well, pretty brutal. We looked at info from LinkedIn, HBR, McKinsey, places like that.
And what did it show?
The average CRO tenure is only 25 months.
Wow, that's barely 2 sales cycles.
Barely. And get this, 62% of companies actually see growth stall or even decline after a CRO leaves. The median drop is 4 percentage points.
Okay, that is definitely not just a bad hire. That sounds like a systemic breakdown.
It is. It's systemic collapse.
Yeah.
So the question really becomes, how do you build a system where they can win? And what do they need to achieve, say, in those first 24 months to make the whole GTM system successful long-term?
Right. And first, maybe we should quickly clarify the title, CRO versus CGO. Does it matter?
Well, the titles vary, but the mandate is what's key. Generally, think of the CRO as the optimizer. They're focused on sales execution, funnel efficiency, performance right now.
Okay, optimizer.
Whereas the CGO is often more of the architect, focused on finding new growth avenues, innovation, future bets.
Got it, architect.
But honestly, whether it's CRO or CGO, their success boils down to 3 critical things they must get from the CEO and the board.
Which are?
Clarity on the role and expectations, real authority to make changes, and alignment across the leadership team.
Clarity, authority, alignment.
Miss even one of those, and you're basically setting them up to fail from day one.
And that failure often starts with a really common structural gap.
Oh yeah, the classic pitfall. Accountability without authority.
Explain that.
Okay, so the CRO is held responsible for big metrics. Think net revenue retention, expansion revenue, pipeline velocity. Really important stuff.
The core growth metrics.
Exactly. But then they often don't actually own the levers needed to influence those metrics. They might not control customer success post-sale or the onboarding experience or pricing or product marketing.
So they're accountable for the outcome?
But don't control all the inputs. It's like being told to fly a plane with only one wing. It's essentially failure by design.
That lack of authority must create huge tension.
Huge. And it leads right into the next trap. Unrealistic timelines. The CRO is expected to deliver results now, sometimes before they've even had a chance to properly audit the funnel or build a solid foundation.
When the real job is designing a long-term revenue engine.
Precisely. The best ones survive by showing leadership the cost of trade-offs. If you chase short-term wins, the CRO have to be able to quantify what long-term capability gets sacrificed. It's tough.
And that brings us to the third big trap.
The builder versus scaler paradox. Kind of a chicken and egg problem.
I know.
CEOs often say they want scale, they want to grow fast. But the underlying company structure, the systems, the product market fit, clarity, it just isn't ready for scale yet.
So they hire a scaler.
When what they actually need is a builder, someone to fix the broken processes, clarify the value proposition, and build the foundation first, or vice versa.
So misaligning that fundamental need builder or scaler is almost a guaranteed failure.
Almost guaranteed. You have to be brutally honest about what stage you're truly at.
Okay, so if the system's often broken, what does fixing it look like? You mentioned 5 unlocks when CROs are set up to win.
Right. If you want this role to succeed, you need a redesign. Unlock number 1 is moving away from that old linear handoff model.
You mean like marketing gets an MQL, throws it over the wall to an SDR, who books a meeting for an AE, who then passes it to CS?
Exactly that. Stop the baton passing. Instead, create revenue pods.
Revenue pods. Tell me more.
These are tight, cross-functional teams. Think of marketing, outbound SDRs, AEs, maybe even product marketing or CS, all grouped together, often by segment or vertical. And crucially, they co-own the pipeline goals.
So shared accountability from the very start.
Yes, we saw this at Workato, for example. Marketing, outbound product marketing, they all shared the same stage 1 opportunity targets. It forces collaboration, cuts finger pointing, and makes iteration much faster.
Okay, that makes sense. What's unlock number 2?
Constraint-based planning. This borrows from Eli Goldratt's theory of constraints.
Okay.
The idea is simple. Stop scattering resources everywhere. Instead, rigorously find the single biggest bottleneck in your entire revenue funnel.
Like where are deals getting stuck most often?
Precisely. Is it sales capacity? Is it the conversion rate from demo to close? Is it lead quality from a certain channel? Find that constraint and focus your investment and effort there first. That's how you truly unblock revenue flow, not just by pouring more leads into a leaky funnel.
So focused investment, not just more activity.
Exactly. And the next 3 unlocks really build the data and alignment foundation for all this.
Go on.
Unlock 3 is unified metrics and shared goals. One scoreboard for the entire GTM team.
Meaning marketing isn't just measured on NQLs anymore.
Right. Marketing gets measured on qualified pipeline generated or even influenced closed-won revenue. SDRs aren't just booking meetings. They're accountable for how those meetings progress into the pipeline. Everyone needs to be rowing in the same direction toward the actual business outcome.
One scoreboard. One team.
That's the mantra. Then, unlocks 4 and 5 make that possible. Number 4 is integrated RevOps.
So combining sales ops, marketing ops, maybe CS ops, and GTM analytics.
Yes, into one unified function. One source of truth, one operating rhythm, one dashboard. This gives you full funnel visibility so teams can diagnose issues, respond quickly, and iterate based on real data, not just gut feelings or siloed spreadsheets.
And the 5th unlock?
A connected data architecture. This isn't just about buying tools, it's about data governance, clear definitions, and ensuring the entire GTM tech stack is stitched together properly. From marketing attribution to CRM data, to forecasting tools to renewal health scores.
So decisions get made from shared facts, not tribal knowledge.
Exactly. It provides the bedrock of trust and visibility.
You know, putting this all together, it really drives home that bringing in a CRO or a CGO isn't just like filling a seat.
Not at all. It's a signal. It's a strategic decision to fundamentally redesign how your company approaches growth.
It's about breaking down those silos we always talk about.
Turning silos into a cohesive system. A system that learns, adapts, and scales intentionally because you've aligned at the teams, the incentives, the data, and the processes.
But what if a company doesn't have a CRO or CGO yet? Can they start laying this groundwork now?
Absolutely. And they probably should. You can start small.
How?
Pilot a revenue pod for one key segment. Assign a neutral owner, maybe from ops or finance, to run it. Conduct a thorough funnel audit to identify your biggest constraint right now and get teams aligned on tackling that.
And manage the metrics.
Yes, appoint a scoreboard steward, again, maybe someone from ops or finance whose job is just to manage those shared GTM metrics and facilitate cross-functional planning sessions.
So that when a CRO or CGO does eventually come in,
They're plugging into a system that's already moving towards alignment rather than walking into chaos. It makes their job infinitely more achievable.
okay, so the final word here is, this hire isn't a patch. It's a full-on redesign of the growth engine.
It has to be successful. It unifies teams, cuts friction, aligns incentives, turns data into real action, and builds that learning system.
But that really only works if the organization is ready, right? If the leadership is truly committed.
100%. The groundwork and commitment have to be there.
Which brings us to the final takeaway for anyone listening. If you're considering this critical, high-stakes hire, you absolutely must ask and answer 3 non-negotiable questions first.
What are they?
1. Do we genuinely need a builder right now to fix foundational issues? Or are we truly ready for a scaler to optimize something that already works? Be honest.
Critical distinction.
2. Are we as a leadership team in a company truly prepared to align around one unified GTM operating model? Are we ready for the changes that requires?
The commitment check.
And 3, what does concrete, verifiable success look like for this role in the first 6 months, 12 months, and 24 months? Get specific.
Yeah, define the win clearly.
Because Having that clear, shared strategic anchor from day one. That's ultimately what determines whether this crucial role survives and thrives, or just becomes another statistic.
Well said. That alignment is everything.